All right, happy summer weekend, uranium friends. So we're going to take a little bit of a bird's eye view on some of these big board names for tonight's quick video. We'll start it out with CCJ. Now we all know CCJ, strongest, best name in the space, obviously doing a great job. We have a quarterly bull flag that has confirmed here. So we are on the quarterly chart. Each candle is 3 months. So quarterly bull flag starting to confirm. Let's watch for some follow through. But we do have to keep our eyes on this. We have a bit of a bearish RSI divergence, as you can see with these blue lines. Okay, so something to be aware of, and it does transfer off on the monthly chart as well. So we still have that divergence. You start to lose that divergence, by the way, here in this weekly, not as pronounced. So a little bit better, especially on the short term when you look at this short term part of the RSI. So the difference that, something I do want to, I always look for character changes in stocks, um, mid to see does the trend change or anything like that. So there is no real character change, but what we do see, um, as you really zoom in, at least what I picked up kind of is, we've had these runs that are just so volatile and whippy and V-shaped, this has changed with this move. Okay, so it starts, makes a good move, consolidates, makes another good move, consolidates, makes a good move, consolidates, makes a good moves, consolidates, all establishing new strong support levels along the way. So, these levels become more important to me than look at this V shape. Where do we have consolidation to pick up support? And then what happens? You give a lot of these moves back. I mean, this was a tough time, right? So, just to point that out on a weekly, that has, that dynamic has changed for this particular stock. You can take it as you want on it. I'm just, I look for these little character changes, and this is one of them that I see. The volume is average. So again, we got a quarterly bull flag that's starting to confirm now, and with an RSI divergence, which would be a little bit of a red flag for me. So we'll go on to next gen because this probably to me is the second strongest chart in the space. Not including Boss Energy. I'm not talking about Australian names, but I'm talking about the higher exchange traded names. So NXE, good quarterly bull flag. Certainly establishing a clear line in the sand here, right around this three. Let's just for lack of, let's just see, 340, 350 area. Okay, that's where the 12 EMA is on this quarterly, and it's shown that it's just, I mean, that is the hold. Okay, we could see it on the volume profile too. Um, so it's a pretty clear level on NXE in many ways. So, all eyes on those levels going forward for the moment. But, we've got this quarterly bull flag, and it's starting to get that round and push up, like we saw with CCJ. We're overtaking the moving averages. We're getting on top of them, starting to use them as support. Good volume profile support here. NXE, as much as people hate executive compensation and the fact that they may not be able to get their ever a mine open, whatever. Um, Chart looks fine. A lot of pain in this weekly charts, right? So this thing is burning shorts and longs. Yeah, but that's NXE on the quarterly, and it's a pretty strong chart. UEC quarterly. Okay, same deal. A little bit different than NXE, not as strong. NXE starting to push up against its range highs. UEC isn't there yet, but it's got that quarterly bull flag, 38% retracement hold, starting to look like it wants to round its way up. Interim trend line, pretty solid, makes its way through. Could it get a back test into here? Yeah. So we got trend line, we got our moving averages. Still one of the stronger names in the space, regardless of what people think about management and fundamentals. Energy Fuels, UUU, absolutely holding its bull flag, its quarterly bull flag. But you can start to see as we go through these charts, you start to see what I'm talking about, where you can start to identify stronger ones and weaker ones just by the way their characters are with these simple chart patterns. So that's UUU, and it's still got its quarterly bull flag. Pretty decent trend line here. It's still got a fight to get over, as opposed to, NXE and UEC that kind of got over them already, right? So again, you try to want to categorize and see how you want to formulate some sort of plan for your managing your portfolio. These are the things that you can look at. So still, UUU, one of the stronger names in the space. It's behind UEC, it's behind NXE, it's obviously behind CCJ, um, but it's got a good quarterly bull flag. LEU, Centris, right? Good quarterly bull flag. Um, Same type of deal. Starting to look like, Centris is a little bit tougher of a trader, so same type of deal though. Starting to look like it wants to make the move, but it has not taken its trend line out. This isn't the best trend line anyway. I would almost say if I could do that, get some candle touches, something to that effect might be as better. So it's got to fight its way through that trend line. Because Adam Prom, right? Different story. Technically it's still a quarterly bull flag, but it's weak in that it has already tapped the 50% retracement, and it's really struggling at this 38. And there's a geopolitical risk has increased significantly here too as well, right? So, but it's still all in all quarterly 12 EMA rider, so it's just riding that 12 EMA on the quarterly. But LEU is, I mean, I'm sorry, because Adam Prom is just, this is a little bit better of a look here. You have a little, almost like a double bottom here. I mean, it was a bit of a wick out here, but it's starting to round here up on the weekly. So there's some slight hope, but nothing changes on this thing at all until it at least takes out 30. And then, a key level is here is 33.90. But, those are the big board names that are showing a little bit more strength. CCJ, the big winner, Denison, Next Gen, and UEC not too far behind, and UUU a little bit behind that. Okay, so URG, let's just take a look at URG. It's fighting this 38% retracement. It doesn't have that I'm trying to round out look yet that the other ones did. But this is a little bit better of a look here. We did have that weekly inverse head and shoulders that's starting to make its way out of that neckline area. So, I mean, there's some positivity there here with URG as well. So, bird's eye views. Maybe you might want to start to categorize some of your stocks into the strongest and the weakest, and who you might think are they all going to follow CCJ's confirmation of this weekly bull flag? Time will tell. Over and out.